Scrapped plans to split the WWE and the Universal titles have been revealed. Plus, Vince McMahon has been pitching Roman Reigns' creative, and a popular WWE faction could be returning. It's all in the wrestling news right now. How do we get the belts from off of Roman Reigns' boulder shoulders? Apparently we don't, is the solution.
Just make a new title.
That's
how you do it. That's done. Solution. Make a new title.
We can't get in the kitchen anymore. Let's just bolt the door shut. Let's build a new kitchen.
Build a new one.
In the bathroom.
Build a new one.
That's what they've done. However, it's not for the ones of trying. Fightful Select have been looking into WWE's decision to unify both belts, and the long-term booking was born out of a last-minute decision.
Yeah, so if you
Fraser?
cast your mind back to day one, 2022, that seems like an eternity ago, but there were no plans to combine the titles. However, when Reigns contracted COVID and was pulled from the show, the late decision was made for Brock Lesnar to be added to the WWE title match, win it, and compete in a unification match at WrestleMania 38. So a very last minute decision, because Reigns pulled out of that match about 6-7 hours before the show, and they went, Brock's in the match, it's now a 5-way, and then he beat and pinned Big E, who was on, I don't want to say a great WWE title reign. He kind of felt second, played second fiddle to a lot of things. But yeah, it was a very last minute there. But scrap plans for WWE's title post-split was also uncovered by Fightful, wasn't it?
They were indeed, sir. So at one point last year, according to Fightful, there were some internal documents that indicated a plan to split the WWE and the Universal titles. Now, at one point, Drew McIntyre or Seth Rollins were going to face Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. Finish the story. That didn't end up happening. Within a few weeks, plans were altered, and the idea of splitting the titles was completely abandoned. We weren't told how the titles were to be split, but as of that time, Reigns' opponent was TBA. So it seems like, I wonder whether Cody's injury may have caused because bear in mind that the title unification happened on the night that Cody returned.
It did, yes.
So maybe if there were plans afoot to have a Cody title win
here.
Yeah, but obviously Cody having his pec fall off.
Yep.
Could have paid to a lot of stuff. So maybe they just went, let's just keep it going for now, and then let's
keep the belts on it. But potentially, it's just a shame, because it did look for a while that they were going to do that split if The Rock was going to be involved in WrestleMania and have a separate WWE title match. And it would have worked. Cody's story is dependent on winning the WWE Championship, not beating Roman Reigns. And it would have worked perfectly if he then faced Seth Rollins at WrestleMania the next year. Yeah. Because it would have been, full circle. You get the rematch once in a lifetime too, all that malarkey. But it would have been interesting to see if he hadn't been injured, who would have beat Reigns? Because then Reigns would have a loss against his name, which he's not really had.
Hasn't, no. And so therefore, when Cody dipped away, presumably it was, the WWE and Universal title picture became like that banana in the fruit bowl, whereby you can see it's going moldy, and you know there's an opportunity to take it away, and you miss it, and now you just don't want to touch it.
Don't want to touch it, it's still there.
Still staring at you.
Staring at you, yeah.
Next to an orange that just keeps on keeping on.
Have an orange.
Sits there as the orange. That's my impression of an orange.
They look good.
Now, originally, says Fightful Select, the King of the Ring tournament was supposed to take place in May, as we know, but after WrestleMania, it was altered to accommodate the booking of the new World Heavyweight title. So another caveat to this is the reason for the King of the Ring being sort of quietly scrapped. Is because, now we're going to have this tournament for a belt, and that should really take center stage at the event in question.
Yeah, Night Champions. It's also the day that Roman passes 1,000 days with that Universal Championship. It'll be interesting to see if that is when they decide to actually officially unify the belt, rather than have them defended as one belt but separate lineages and separate sort of title histories, rather than just merging them. I'm excited to see what they do with the World Heavyweight Championship. I really love the design of it. It would just be interesting to see how it is presented in comparison to Reigns, who has had the hold over the company since August 2020.
Well, bear in mind, Roman won the title during the pandemic.
He's outlasted
at least 3 prime ministers.
In my entire time at this company, I've not seen another Universal Champion.
Oh.
I've only seen Roman Reigns. That's all I know. So when he does lose it, I'll be lost. Like a little puppy.
It's the only life you've ever known.
Yeah.
God bless you, you young'un. Speaking of Roman Reigns, Vince McMahon's been getting involved. Interesting quote from Give Me Sports.
Yeah, WrestleVote was told Give Me Sport. It was told that Vince McMahon has pitched several ideas for Roman Reigns' next challenger. A few of them were even kind of scoffed at, like, that doesn't make any sense.
Is there a weird comfort that comes from knowing that some of Vince's ideas are dismissed outright?
It's quite nice to know that, that they've just gone, sure, pal, sure, Jan. Yeah, like that doesn't make any sense at all. I feel like they should just occupy him by just, I don't know, like putting it on GM mode on 2K23 and just being like, no, the cameras are just really good quality. That's what it looks like, Vince. Maybe that could entertain him.
Or like train set.
TEW, just get them Total Extreme Warfare or EWR and just be like, Vince, this is our new booking system. If you put it in there, we'll do it on TV.
We'll make sure that we do it.
We'll do it.
Promise you.
Sure.
Says here that it says here Roman Reigns is losing overness because he keeps winning.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. Omos losing wheat overness because his wheat gimmick. He's booked as giant, damn it.
It's funny you mentioned Omos because the first person that came to my mind when I read that quote was Omos.
Same.
Which is a shame because, right, so going into WrestleMania, I wasn't a big fan of Omos. Since WrestleMania, I'm now a big fan of Omos.
You become an Homo sapien.
I'm an Homo sapien. He's great. He's really entertaining on social media, just not on TV. And it's a shame, which that wouldn't make any sense. But anyone else jump to your mind that might?
In terms of who Vince would book against Roman Reigns, I definitely think he'd gone, let's give Goldberg another ring.
Jinder Mahal. Is Veer coming?
Oh, Veer would come.
You've pitched that before.
Over. I have pitched Veer coming all over Roman Reigns. It's something that I've thought about a few times late
all
at night.
The time.
I think any of the beefy boys that Vince is a fan of, any of the old school characters coming back, I think Vince would quite happily run Goldberg and Roman Reigns again.
Reigns versus Undertaker.
Reigns versus let's do that again. Let's roll that back. I could definitely go with what you said about seeing Reigns and Omos.
Yeah, I mean they put him in there with Seth Rollins this weekend at Backlash. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes, well, he's face Brock, he's face Seth. Time for him to face Reigns, obviously. Have him face that Dean Ambrose guy next, if he still works for me.
It's not one of the greatest builds to a match, Seth Rollins and Omos.
What are we on about? A tweet. That's all we need to build something.
But it's certainly not part of the worst backlash ever. That's something that Fraser Porter talked about on the Cultaholic YouTube channel right now. Brand new worst shows ever.
Worst wrestling shows ever. Backlash 2018. Oh, it's bad.
It's a rough old ride, that is. And you can watch that on youtube.com/Cultaholic. Are you looking at this right now? Let's head over to NXT. Sol Rook has been on the gram.
She has. Unfortunately, she is injured at the moment. She gave us a little update. She said, who needs an ACL anyways? Jokes. I do. Surgery day, baby. Let's go. She then followed up with a short while later with a thumbs up selfie, which leads us to think everything went okay, which is good to hear because she's got quite a lot of potential, and having such a big injury this early, it's not great, especially with her moveset, with her, I can't remember what she calls it again, with the jumping cutter, front flip, RKO thing.
Yeah, like a roll into a cutter. It's great.
It's amazing.
Maybe having it now, it's like chickenpox. Get out of the way early.
Once you've done it, you're fine.
You're going to get it. Remember, you can only tear your ACL once.
Say that to Tegan Knox.
Yes, that's a good shout. Sorry, Tegan.
But she was written off NXT a few weeks ago after being attacked by a mystery assailant, not in the parking lot, I don't think. But the whole thing was caught equally weird by the NXT Anonymous Twitter account. We still don't know who NXT Anonymous is. I bet it's Shawn Michaels.
No, we'd know if it was Shawn Michaels because he's not one for tech. His thumb would be in the way of the camera. We'd know if it would, or it'd be really shaky. He'd film on the selfie camera by accident. What do I press?
Well, hopefully Sol Rooker recovers from the injury soon, but obviously an ACL injury is quite serious and it can take up to a year to recover from. But hopefully it's a speedy and quick turnaround.
From one leg injury to another, Indy Hartwell carried out of NXT on your last night's show by Dexter Loomis. She is currently suffering with an injury herself. She's got a big boot on her leg. Not sure what her planned return time is, but there are plans afoot for when she does get back. Pun intended.
Well, Worked Wrestling on Twitter said their primary plans to reunite NXT's The Way.
Way!
This would be on Raw because all of them are now on the Raw brand. You've got Dexter, you've got Indy, you've got Johnny Gargano, you've got Candice. The whole group is there. I thought The Way was a really, really great faction in NXT.
Yeah.
It really helped give some personality to Johnny Gargano, who I think was lacking it for a while at that point. Indy Hartwell, who was kind of still fresh on the scene, and Dexter and Candice as well. Dexter, I think it really helped.
Yes.
And it also will help him on the main roster because right now he's just Johnny Gargano's weird mate. They've got no... If you never watched NXT, there's no reason why those two are together on TV.
Yeah, they've not truly explained it. They haven't done what they used to do with NXT call-ups and just give them brand new stories and names and forget anything ever happened. They have brought them up with some continuity from NXT,
Yep.
but maybe just a little something that just goes, they were mates in NXT.
Yeah, that's his brother-in-law. Son-in-law. Is it son-in-law? Yeah, that's how they've said the relationship, son-in-law. it's weird, but The Way is great. So I'm very excited for them to join at Raw, and maybe because the amount of factions in WWE at the moment is great. It's really making me more interested.
Gang Wars 1997 all over again.
War games this year. There's so many options.
Oh, bring them back. And you can have the latest wrestling news throughout your day with little options. Go to cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you, bye.